organizations that are out there, the news organizations that are out there, I think all of them have different models. And the model of the news magazine is actually pretty different from the model of the newspaper. Magazines like the New Republic have never been flourishing businesses. They never made a lot of money. Whereas news on TV or even some newspapers really did have a heyday there where they had incredible margins. That's no longer the case for them, in general. I do think that there is an opportunity if you do two things. One is build a brand that people feel like they can trust. People pay $126 a year to subscribe to The Economist, and The Economist makes money. And people pay $140 a year to subscribe to the New York Review of Books, which is a little bit smaller of a publication, but is also very much an ideas leader, and they make money. So I think that I think it would be very self-defeating to say that these institutions can't make money in the next decade or in the next era. Although I do think that we all, and I say we now, because this includes the New Republic, need to think really creatively about how to monetize the brand and the product. That means branching out into ancillary categories, things like events, where you can attract a lot of the writers, a lot of the people that you cover, and engage them in dialogue. That may mean branching out to other categories and other business lines to diversify the revenue models. I think it probably does, because the idea that we're just going to produce a print publication and sell a few ads, I mean, that's over. But that doesn't necessarily mean that these businesses can't flourish. Many of them are finding a way to do so. We live in an era where, you know, a 21-year-old, or in our case for Facebook, a group of 19-year-olds can come up with an idea and through persistent focus have it, you know, become an enormous company. And more importantly than company, product that hundreds of millions of people use and I think generally enriches their lives on a daily basis. So I think we live in a really unique historical time where that opportunity exists. And from my perspective, it really means there's no excuse not to embrace that. I mean, it doesn't mean that everybody needs to be a tech entrepreneur, but it does mean that I think everyone should be thinking about, you know, what they have that's special and unique, what skill set that is, what the marketplace, and just as importantly, if not more importantly, what the world needs, and, you know, and try your hardest to pursue it. I say 8 long years because 8 years still strikes me as a long period of time. But my point is that, you know, even if you have a great idea, you put it out on the internet tomorrow, it doesn't become an enormous company. With some diligence and with some persistence, there's a very real opportunity that can turn into something significant and big, and that is something that should be embraced.